Kev, 1-0 win here at Wycombe tonight. Fantastic scenes at the end. What's your overall thoughts on the game?
It was a really, really tough game of football. It was two teams that were fully committed. It was two teams that were kind of willing to put themselves on the line. Obviously Wycombe are still establishing a new style of play, and that does give us an opportunity to try and disrupt and try and get in the face and try and stop them from getting any confidence or rhythm, and I think we did that well at times. On the flip side of that, it probably cost us a bit of our rhythm. Didn't really play to the standards that we can. I think we were game, I think we put pressure on them, but I don't think we really played the kind of football we're capable of. But we stuck in there, we stuck in the game, and a little bit of luck when you get an own goal like that. But I wouldn't say it wasn't deserved. I think the effort and the work rate and the energy and the kind of passion that the lads put in there, and then at the end when they're throwing the bodies on the line, we have to defend better. We have to be more composed, we have to be clearer in our roles, and we have to be able to do that when we're tired at the end of a tough game like that. But at the same time, when it mattered, people were throwing themselves in front of everything, and Joe was making good saves, and people were running and hustling and harrying, and that makes for wins sometimes. So I think when I spoke to you a couple of days ago, we weren't going to get too low after a bad week last week. We're not going to get too high after a good result today. But I also think it's difficult to come to places like this and win. So we want the lads to enjoy it. We want the coach to be a happy place on the way back. And then we'll recover and we'll get back to work on Thursday and get ready for Northampton.
Just starting at the team at the start, when we announced it's Sonny Cox and Josh McGuinness started up top, Jaden Wareham on the bench, a couple of changes from the weekend. What was the thinking behind that?
Is that you having a dig because I didn't tell you on Thursday? That's fine. We needed to freshen things up a little bit. There was a few games going on. I apologise for not answering your question on Thursday properly, but you don't want to give too much away because we all watch these interviews as well from the opposition, and you try and take what you can from them. So, but yeah, we needed some fresh legs. We've got good players that are ready to play, and I think they both came in and they both did exactly the job that we asked of them. So it'll be the same again, I'm sure, on Saturday. We'll have a few that are going to be tired, a few that are going to be fresh, a few that are ready. We'll have to have a look at one or two little niggles that we picked up today, but it is a squad game, football nowadays. The starts of seasons are like tough with the Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday stuff. It's hard work, and so we'll do the best we can to get them fit, ready, and then we'll pick the team and go and try and beat Northampton.
Both teams had chances in that first half, and then the second half seemed Wycombe had a bit more possession, but we limited them quite well in terms of chances. How pleased are you with that defensive effort, maybe off the ball as well?
Yeah, again, I would put it down to effort and endeavour and grit more than I would put it down to how we drew it up tactically. You know, we were hoping for a little bit more control out of possession. We were hoping to control the game, and I think for the last 15 minutes they got through us too easy and got too many shots off at the edge of the box, which on another day could go against you. But credit to the lads who defended them, credit to the goalkeeper who made a couple of good saves. We put our bodies on the line for set plays. So yes, I would say last ditch defending very good, organised, composed, completely in control defending. A little bit more work to do.
And Gary speaks a lot about goal scoring, getting it in the goal scoring zones as well, and I guess it doesn't matter who it comes off in as long as it goes in the net when you put it in the zone.
It's unfortunate for their lads, but we did have bodies in there, we did put pressure on them, we stressed their defence, and something gave, and unfortunately for them it was on their end and not ours.
Charlie Cummins came off of the bench. That's his League One debut. I mean, he's a player that's featured in the squad quite regularly already this season, and he must be really pleased with his progression.
Chaz is a great example of somebody who came into the club on a little bit of a high after a trial, had a really tough year last year, a couple of loans that didn't work out, wasn't really going for him. I'm sure he found it really, really tough, and he's obviously gone away and thought about it. He's obviously gone away and worked really hard physically, and he's taken those experiences and turned them into a positive, and he's come back to pre-season in a really good place. He's earned his place on the bench, and he's earned his debut in the league, and then his debut in the cup, and his debut in the league today. And he's a hard-working, ultra-aggressive. It was a little bit awkward in there because I saw him smiling for the first time in about 2 years, so I didn't really know if he was having a stroke or if he was genuinely happy about his debut. But great kid, deserved it, and I'm pleased for him.
And him and the other players had a really nice moment over there in front of the travelling fans. At the end, over 370, I think, in that way, making a really long journey on a Tuesday night, and they didn't stop singing throughout the entire game.
Nah, it's brilliant. And we did say, didn't we, that we do have... We never have a dull game here. We have interesting games, we have hard games. We sometimes, a couple of years ago, we had a really fun 3-0. Probably wasn't as fun as that tonight, but I'm sure they'll take the win and I'm sure they'll have a fun drive home.
Thank you very much, Kev.
Cheers.